Your society's got a whole lot of problems. I mean, your society, I just mean, as in the people that are productive members in the society, willing productive members in the society. I labelize productive members in society as those who try to establish order in the society, such as, oh, go vote Republican, hey, get King Donald out there in office, or whatever. If you're a Democrat or a progressive, I think they got a new one nowadays. I don't know. I am a total idiot when it comes to politics. I have no political anything. Well, I think if you deal in politics. But anyway, that's not even the subject now of this video. But anyway, hello. All ye people, productive members of society. I am the unproductive, unwilling member of society. And I want to say, I've noticed a couple things in your society that I think I may need to let you know. There's a lot of problems that y'all are talking about, a lot of problems that y'all facing that y'all been talking about for decades. And y'all haven't solved them. Not because they don't have solutions, but and these problems have solutions. Like abortion, for instance. Abortion is an easy problem to fix. All you have to do is teach women how to be sexually disciplined. Now, I'm not sure about other countries, but in this godforsaken country, there's an unwritten rule. The man always must bring the condom. With the little people that do the sex thing, yeah, them type of people, the people that, that have the rampant sex and all that, the man has to bring the condom in, because if he doesn't, then the woman will go ahead and sleep with him, and then she'll get an unwanted pregnancy, and la 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 la. What's wrong with that picture? Oh, the broad isn't sexually disciplined. What? Why can't the woman just say no? Whether or not the man has a condom or not, if the man shows up to the bride and he doesn't have a condom, what is stopping the woman from saying no? These are the questions you need to ask yourselves. But you won't ask them because women rule over you. I know. So I'm going to ask them because I'm not really like a member of society. So I'm much like a prisoner. But instead of trying to, I'm like a prisoner that's not in society, but in society physically, but out of society in every other way and aspect. So, but anyway, back to the topic. Okay. So yeah. The bride can say no. She can say, you ain't got no condom. Okay. We not doing this. But she doesn't. Why? Why don't she say no? No means no. I'll tell you why she doesn't say no. Because the very nature of a woman is weakness. Now let's go physically, but who cares? The very nature of a woman is weakness. She can't override her emotions within the situation and the emotions that she's feeling in that moment because her emotions are more heightened than her intuition, and her intuition acts as her logic. And since her emotions are overriding her intuition, her logic is useless. Therefore, her emotions take over. Her emotions says go, go, go. And society doesn't want to acknowledge it, so let's put it on the man. It's your fault you didn't bring the condom, even though the woman, all she gotta do is say no, and if you proceed, it is rape. You see that? So, if you want to solve, racism. All right. We're gonna give you some classes, teach you how to be sexually disciplined, and you go on about your way, have all the non-babies you want. Just learn how to be sexually disciplined and don't do the act that sole purpose is to bring forth a child into this world. Now sit down and you take these classes and this abortion thing is all about to be taken care of. But then your country want to go the whole other direction, so out killing babies and creating new problems. That's another thing I found out about this society. Is every problem that it tries to solve, it brings out more problems within the problem, deriving from the problem that they try to fix. Racism. There's another one. My goodness. I mean, y'all might as well give up on the war on racism, the war on drugs, all this, because America's already lost them wars. They just don't know it yet. Y'all been talking about this for how long? This is not great. And another thing I gotta tell you folks, man. You're not civilized. Nobody is. I mean, you may be civilized, but we don't know that. We don't know if we are civilized, because, we have the immediate threat of if I do, then this will be done. In other words, if I have an impulse and I go, I'm going to fight that impulse. You hear the people on, you see these little statuses on Facebook and social media all the time talking about something about self-control because I don't want to go to jail or something like that. I try to keep my anger issues under control because I don't want to go to jail. Well, take the penalty from jail away. Take all that away. See what you get. You'll see a lot of people that are called civilized being uncivilized because there's no threat. There's no immediate action after their reaction to whatever situation they find themselves in. So road rages, every single time you go, oh, you, I was just fine. Every single time you do that, just imagine the law of man is gone. There's nothing in this world withstanding you from going after that person and doing what you wanted to do. And if you do it, there's not going to be nobody calling the police saying, hey, I just saw and the police coming after you, arrest you, and then you be on death row and death penalty or whatever they got going on nowadays. There's no threat of that. Whatever person you are in that sad moment in time is the person you really are. Whatever, that's the true human being. Not this, civilization game we play now with ourselves within this society. No, that's not. That's just. That's just a fantasy of what we want the human to be. Give the human being actual freedom, not this good old American freedom, over the brave, freedom. It's not real freedom, man. You're only free to do what the people that govern you allow you to do. I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas, If people in Texas want to get a blunt and go down and smoke with a policeman, you think he can do that? He wants to have the freedom to do that. You think they ain't gonna have to go arrest him and throw him in jail? It's not illegal in Texas. Until it's legal in Texas. But then if it becomes legal in Texas, he can go and do that. Because he's allowed to do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And that goes another thing. Civilization, civilized. Everything people don't do is most likely just a result if it's allowed or if it's not allowed. if bestiality was allowed in Texas, how much you want to bet you won't see a whole bunch of people all of a sudden? Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. But like I said, you better question how civilized you are. That's, you want to talk about delusions of grandeur. Modern man and modern woman got a hell of a delusion, thinking they are civilized, because I tell you what, we are far from being civilized. We are basically like the animals in the zoo. Man was never meant for civilization. We are basically out of our natural habitat. That's why we are all, that's why all these unnatural things, that's why people are so disconnected and all that type of stuff, because they say we're social creatures, For the people that like to play that social game, I know y'all are suffering at a detriment. So, yeah. Humanity has destroyed itself in the name of progression, and it's still not even know it yet. Only the ones that know it yet. But the ones that know it can't even tell the ones that don't know it, because the ones that don't know it ain't gonna listen to nothing unless if it's coming from a credible source, And people, and that's gonna get it too. Because that's another thing about this society, it's a proof thing. You think you always need, some type of hard physical evidence or proof of the existence of something, or some scientific proof for the existence of something, which just isn't the case. You don't need the proof. I was just checking the time, but which isn't really the case. Like I was saying. You don't need to prove to somebody that rape is wrong. You don't need to prove to somebody that molesting children is wrong. You don't need to prove to somebody that holding up a liquor store, robbing the clerk and shooting him in the head, leaving his wife a widow and his children fatherless is wrong. You don't need to prove that these things are wrong. You don't need to prove that these things are evil. You don't need to prove or question if these acts are evil or not. You know it. You don't need any type of physical evidence to say, well, yeah, he went inside there, but there's not, when somebody goes and murders and rapes and kills, nobody says, what's the evidence you have that he did evil? You don't need none. You know it. So there's other things in the world that's just like that you can find out, just like the existence of God, you can find that out, and then other things too. But, a lot of people, it's not everybody's fault. We all been programmed and duped and drugged and booped and bumped and all down the walls and the hallways of the insanity that's going on in your society. But there's a time where you have to stop being foolish, because it is written, the wisdom of this world is foolishness. God has made the wisdom of this world foolishness, and which is very true. The wisdom of this world would tell you that human beings derived from apes and chimpanzees and Big Bang theories, yet you got everybody trying to argue morality. If there is no purpose on this earth, then maybe you are wrong about morality, but we know that's not true. We know there's objective truths within morality. We know that rape is wrong objectively, unless we are saying it's subjective truth. We know that molesting children and killing children is wrong, unless that's a subjective truth. We know these things are objective truths, but you cannot have such strong objective truths within an unpurposeful world. It doesn't make any sense. If we are existing for the experience to just exist, Why not just experience every experience that there is to be experienced? And what makes another experience differ from another experience? And what right does anybody have to derive or hinder anybody to experience whatever they want to experience, whether that experience disgusts or repulses one, or excites or pleasures the other? You see, it's insanity when you walk into that step. But your society don't really you want to think about, just bullshit, really, But yeah, that's y'all gotta stop listening to credible people, that the world deems as credible, that your society deems as credible, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're walking in circles. They're just the blind leading the blind. And you just the sheep following everywhere. And they're going to lead you to destruction. You're liable to fall in the hole if you don't get up. So remember, come to Christ. Remember, just because there's no real physical evidence that's raping around doesn't mean it ain't there. It may be there just as much as you know rape is bad, but you have no physical proof that it is. Remember that.